So it's April 2nd and we got the Dynamark right there, and we got 2 months until we got to get it done because second weekend in June is the Haspin meetup with the Morons and everybody else on the all-terrain lawn tractor forum, and this thing's gonna be running and driving. Now I don't know if it's gonna be painted and 100% complete, but my goal is to at least get it running and driving so that way I can do like a test and tune at Haspin. But if I can have it completely done, I'm 100% game for that. But right now it's sitting on all fours, kind of, but I got the rock ringed ITP aluminum wheels on the rear, and I think they look awesome. I made my new dash. What I did is I ended up bending out this single piece of 14 gauge, and then I individually cut out both of these triangular pieces. We got a connected tie rod and 2 knuckles that turn the tires. I also have fully removable engine cage. You just slide it in there and put the bolts in, and then once I need to take out the motor or something happens, I can just unbolt the 2 front bolts, slide it out, and I can pull the motor, do whatever. Now, once this is on here, I've talked about solid mounting the front grille, and then I'm going to put some hood pins on here to actually mount the hood itself. So the hood will just come off so I can work under here, and then the grille will stay on the front of the mower. You also got my steering supports done. Well, pretty much done. They're just the wheel hubs for the Harbor Freight $3.99 with a coupon 10-inch tires. They work out great for steering supports. They got a 5/8 bearing, and I started going for the bracing to mount my original foot pans. I decided to scrap the idea of making Nerf bars. I wanted to look as stock as possible, so I started making this cross brace to mimic the one for my link mounts. Gives me a little bit extra room for belt and pulley and clutch stuff to go on in here. And all I did on the other side, had the brace come out through here, and I did another short one that's just stubby welded right to the bottom of the frame rail itself. So now I just have to make a couple bolt holes and bolt the foot pans down. I'm going to be making a little angle piece here to weld onto the top of the original foot pan and throw a bolt or 2 into the side of the frame rail to get rid of this cutout area and make it look a little bit more clean. This had to be cut out from the original frame. There was a little bump out there for the original clutch. So then we'll have the foot pans mounted. I think I'm going to end this update video with some questions that I've been getting. A couple people have asked me, are you going to do direct steering? Are you going to do rack and pinion? Are you going to do a gearbox of some sort? And I think I'm going to stick with direct steering for right now. I don't think I'm going to have too much of an issue. I'm going to get a larger steering wheel. I think I'm going to get a 14-inch. And these 16s aren't that big. And I don't have that much flex with how stiff these shocks are. And I just don't think direct steering is going to be that much of an issue. If it becomes an issue, I'll figure out how to work a gearbox in there somehow. But for right now, I'm going direct steering because it's the easiest and, in my mind, the safest for speed. And this thing's going to be up there in speed. And another thing, a couple people have been asking me, why is the motor backwards? And for me, that just worked out best for this build because I don't like really hobcobbled builds with stuff way out there. Yeah, I like crazy colors and some weird crazy stuff, but if I wanted to turn the motor around, you gotta think this is the center line of the motor. All of this would be hanging out up here, plus the jugs stick out further than the center section back where the crankshaft is. So all of that would be out here. So if I wanted to turn this motor around, I would either have to shove it way back into the middle which for hills that's not very good because I got my weight all over the rear tires anyways. So I would have had to put the shocks and all this bracing on the outside of my hood, or cut out the sides of the hood, which I did not want to do. And I didn't want to put it back further because I would have been cutting into the side panels and the dash, and then more weight would be towards the rear. I'm not a big fan of stretching front ends out. I don't know what's going around with the trend of people stretching them 2 foot out in front of their motors. Personally, I think it's hideous, but hey, people like their own type of things. Some people might not like what I build, but I'm not a fan of that. I like real simple, clean builds, and I try to build the most simple, clean build that I can. And this setup so far has been working out into my favor. The shocks and all the supports are underneath the hood, and the motor is as far forward as I can get it to keep all my weight towards the front end. And so yeah, make sure you check me out on All Terrain Lawn Tractor Forum. Make sure you check out everybody else's builds, and comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you like about the build. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll catch you on the next one.